Well, let me tell you something, brother.
Who are these people?
Notice me, senpai. Notice me.
Don't be rude.
Who are these people?
All right. Welcome to another episode of Pro Wrestling
CBC.
Talk. I'm Angel Rivera alongside Mrs.Witchy Perfect. And hey, how you doing, everyone? Hope everyone's had a great weekend. We're here to review Saturday night's main event, which took place last night. And how's your weekend going? Before we get to that.
Well, so far so good. Let's not jinx it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I got all my Halloween stuff down. Now I'm ready for Yule.
Okay. All right. So, hold on. So, yeah, Saturday night's main event was last night in Salt Lake City, Utah, which is an interesting place they selected there. And the next month is Saturday night's main events in Washington, D.C., which is John Cena's final match, which we'll get to that in a moment, what they decided to do with his final opponent. But I don't like that at all. But
No, it kind of left a lot to be desired.
So, yeah, Saturday night's main event took place from the Delta Center in Salt Lake City, Utah. Let's see. It's on... So, there was a... Nobody cares about some dark match before the show started. So Bailey defeated Raquel Rodriguez in a dark match before the show started. Okay, whatever.
Interesting. I didn't see that. Of course, I thought it was 8 o'clock instead of 7 o'clock, and I fell asleep. It's like 7:13. I'm like, oh crap! I better turn it on, right?
It usually starts at 8, but they switched the start time to 7.
Oh, what the heck is that?
Yeah, so that's why that's why I was like, oh, it starts at 7, not at 8. So I noticed it beforehand, but it's like, oh, okay, all right. The opening match was the match for the WWE Championship that Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, who the hell is gonna follow that, right?
Yeah, if
right
Cody if Cody got disqualified or counted out, he would have lost the title. So that was stipulation for the match.
And they had done that on SmackDown where Drew, I almost said Drew Barrymore. Sorry, Drew McIntyre. I'm so sorry. Don't. All right. So no, Drew McIntyre was on SmackDown saying, oh, I'm not gonna sign this, blah blah blah, because if he's gonna get counted out, he's gonna get disqualified. I mean, I don't get the title, blah blah blah. So baiting him into giving him no disqualification and no count out match, basically lazy booking. So like, even if they got disqualified, I mean, it wasn't no disqualification. It was just like if Cody got counted out or Cody got disqualified,
he would have lost the title.
Right? And that's exactly what I didn't get. The whole Drew bringing up his daughters thing. I was kind of like, wait, what does his daughters have to do with anything? And you bring up my daughters, I'll hit you with a title belt too, if I had any daughters.
Yeah, so that led to a fight. Again, it made it seem like Cody was going to lose the belt in a way he didn't have to eat a pin, but that didn't happen for some reason. What was the point of that? Because usually that means the champion loses without having to take a pinfall, or submit. So it's like, hey, it's a cheap way to win the title for a heel, So it's one of those things, but that didn't happen. Cody won again.
He totally goaded it into it, It was like like dangling, the carrot in front of the face, like come on. Like, oh come on, we knew that was gonna happen.
The match itself was good, it wasn't a bad match. It's just that I just didn't like the whole, hey, this stipulation didn't play into it did play into the finish if I think about it, because the finish was McIntyre. It was a ref bump. The belt, I don't remember who bought the belt in the ring. I assume it was McIntyre.
McIntyre, yeah.
And then, Cody hit him, and then he DDT'd him onto the belt, which led to Crossroads and then 1, 2, 3. So if Jeffrey would have been seeing that, Drew McIntyre would be the champion, and blah blah, but didn't happen that way. So
and I think that's what Drew McIntyre now is going to bitch about. But it just like almost like LA Knight. Every time LA Knight's in a match, he's going to lose. Just like every time Drew McIntyre's in a match, he's going to freaking lose. I felt bad for Drew McIntyre, but I was just like, at the end, I was like, oh, shut up. Like, really? Like, we knew this was going to happen because he was baiting him on SmackDown, and Nick Aldis was like, no, he's not going to, because Cody was like, I'm not going to get counted out. I'm not going to take the easy way out or the cheap way out, I think is what he said. I'm not cheap way out, I'm not going to do that. So I was like, oh, come on, guys. All right, enough is
so Drew gets beat again, even though how many times you can protect him before it's like, oh, he's going to get beat again, so
just like
they protected him again. They protected him again with that belt shot, a DDT on the belt, but ultimately he still lost again. So it's like, okay, whatever. The match was 18 minutes and 45 seconds. It was a good match, good opener, but it's like, really, Drew lost again. Why put him in title matches? You keep losing. So it's like
same with LA Knight. We keep asking the same questions. Why is LA Knight in the the hunt when he keeps freaking loses, and he's always the one who seems to want to eat the pin.
He's the one.
Jay Uso won't eat the pin. I mean, only last night did he eat one pin. I'm like, fuck.
All right, yeah. So the match I had to follow that one was Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill for the women's title.
And what did I tell you? I said, I'm going to go take a shower now. Goodbye.
Yeah,
I don't give a fuck about this match.
Yeah. And then exhausting 5 minutes and 30 seconds. Jade Cargill would finally defeat Tiffany Stratton to become the women's champion. So in this match, it was what it was supposed to be. Jade Cargill just turned her heel. You're telling me, I thought they're not going to have her lose again after turning her heel, make a big deal out of it. So
no. And I was telling you on Messenger, I mean, Tiffany's been champ for what, 2 years now?
A year? 2 years? Almost a year.
Almost.
It would be a year next month. Yeah, it would have.
And I said the same thing about Dominic Mysterio, but apparently they didn't want to turn Dom face because that would be too literal. That would be too on the nose. I mean, the crowd was cheering for him. They're like, "Let's go, Dom! Let's go, Dom!" I'm like, just let him eat the pin. Let him eat the pin. I don't know, something.
Yeah, this match needed. Jade Cargill just took 95% of the match and just pin Tiffany 1, 2, 3. But they kept over and over again talking about, oh, Tiffany hurt her knee, her knee's injured, her knee's injured, her knee's injured, every other word. So it's like, okay, I get it. You're protecting Tiffany. That way it doesn't seem like she had a clean loss, you know. She lost because she was injured. I get it. You have to keep repeating every 5 minutes or 5 seconds in that match. So that was the excuse of why Tiffany lost. So ultimately, you know, it doesn't make her look weak, but at the same time, you get the belt on Jade, which is what you wanted all along. So, and anyways, and I'm not surprised she got this belt, because if she didn't get the belt, WWE would have to admit that Jade Cargill is a failure, and that's something Triple H is not going to do. So he's probably going to force the belt on her anyways and see what happens. But
well, and they were pretty much done with
happening.
her. Jade as a baby face wasn't going anywhere.
No,
they
she's
needed
dead in the water
something
as a baby face.
Yeah, they needed something to spruce her up with. You know, that whole thing with Naomi. Now that Naomi is pregnant, I was seeing on X like the baby bump she has. I was like, oh, well, that is cute. It is nice to, you know, it's nice to see that. But you know, but to be honest, I guess what I'm trying to say is, I didn't really see Jade going anywhere as a babyface. And then what happened to that whole thing with Bianca? And Bianca, where the hell is Bianca at? I haven't seen her. Have you seen her?
She's disappeared from television again. So I don't know. I assume
everybody put up warning signs. Has anyone seen Bianca?
Yeah, she's disappeared again. She's barely been used the last year and a half. Like, she's been gone.
I have no idea where she went. Yeah.
She's been just gone. She I think she wrestled at WrestleMania, but again, she's been gone pretty much ever since. So
right.
I don't know, it's an injury or just then they don't want to use. There's no way they don't want to use her, because she's one of the top girls. So when she's there, of course. So Jade defeats Tiffany in 5 minutes and 30 seconds. Oh, and by the way, somebody, I'm not sure who put out the photo, but they put out the I'm not sure WWE or was CM Punk trolling, but they put out a photo with all the former AEW wrestlers in WWE that are champion. It's like 4 or 5 of them right now currently.
Yeah.
It's Jade, Ricky Starks, Mariah May, Cody Rhodes, and I think that's it. I think it's 5. Yeah, that 5 that came from AEW that are champions in WWE.
Right.
And CM Punk trolling put out that photo. I think it was CM Punk that put out that photo trolling.
Probably to kind of stick it to Darby Allin to say, you know, Darby, we didn't have to climb Mount Everest and we're still a bunch of pile of shit.
So now
they didn't have to do that, you know. AEW, I saw something about like AEW stars or wannabe or whatever. It sounded like a real mark for AEW. I went, I think I commented and said, you know what? Everyone on AEW couldn't lace up those people's boots. So I don't know what you're complaining about.
Yeah, so Mariah May is now Blake Monroe, and Ricky Starks is now Ricky Saints. So I'm calling him by their AEW names, but yeah, there's like 4 or 5 of them that are currently champion WWE. So it's like, yeah, and I'm sure CM Punk something to do with that, because he was in the photo too. He just won the world title, which we'll get to in a moment. But
I honestly thought there was going to be foul play, but that was just me.
So Jade wins the belt. It was what it was. It was what it needed to be, because this is Jade Cargill from AEW, the heel Jade Cargill that just destroys everybody. So basically, she needs to destroy every girl on the SmackDown roster. That's what she needs to do until they're ready for Rhea Ripley to move to SmackDown, and that's your big match: Rhea Ripley versus Jade Cargill for the title.
And that's going to be a hell of a match, though. I think they need to get over this Asuka thing, and that has just been so bad. And they're dragging Ripley down with them when it comes to that stuff. No one gives a fuck if they have to help. You know, she helped a Japanese girl. Who cares? Shut up. Move on.
Yeah, but for now, probably Rhea Ripley is good.
Fucking not Asuka, the Io Sky. She's fucking besties with Io Sky.
Yeah, that's her angle, and I don't think they're going to take her out of that anytime soon. That story is going to continue for now, unfortunately. Especially now at the end of the year when there's not much going on until Royal Rumble. After Survivor Series, of course. So, all right. So, the next match had, for another championship, Dominic Mysterio defeating Penta and Rusev by pinfall for the Intercontinental title.
He won that belt at WrestleMania, so we're coming up on almost a year for Dominic to have that belt. I just don't like Penta or Rusev, excuse me. I do like Dominic Mysterio. I think we have a lot more to see from him once he gets the Intercontinental belt taken off of him. If they don't escalate him, I would be very surprised.
He's already a world champion. He has that AAA mega title, so it's not like he'd already elevated him in a sense.
Well, but he's better than the fucking bitch in AEW who doesn't want to do a job for anybody, and they just she's promoting our promotion. How? Does she fucking wrestle every fucking day in your promotion? No, then shut the fuck up. She just has belts. She's just the Hogan of AEW and don't want to do jobs for people. So she has fucking 12 belts. Who fucking needs 12 belts?
Hogan never had 12 belts. He's worse. Hogan had one belt at a time. He didn't have 12 belts at the same time, acting like he was a big deal.
Right.
No, I mean, it doesn't make any sense. This match itself. This match itself was okay. It wasn't like nothing to write home about, but it wasn't horrible either. It was just it was there. Dominic,
I don't really like Rusev. I think he's just especially to put him with the luchadors. And I don't like Penta. I think he's a bad luchador, but I do like Dominic Mysterio because I think we have a lot to see from him. It's just this kind of fell flat for me because I'm like, why would you put Rusev with, a power guy? He's a power guy. He's a big guy and he's a powerful guy. Why would you put him with a bunch of luchas? I don't understand. It's like putting Kurt Hennig with a bunch of luchas.
I think they signed Miro or Rusev now more to stick it to AEW because I don't think they know what to do with him. He's kind of been
they really don't.
For last year.
They're not going to put the belt on him as long as Dominic has it.
Yeah, he's not. He just came back at WrestleMania, had a feud with Sheamus. Now he's stuck in the Intercontinental title picture, which is fine. But if they're not going to pull a trigger, put the belt on him.
I was going to say, if they're not going to pull the trigger, then why have him in these matches? Yeah, that doesn't make any sense to me.
He ate the pin too, by the way. So that
he ate the pin.
Because Penta, the finish was Penta had the ring bell. The hammer for the ring bell, because Dominic brought into the ring, of course, because he has to cheat to win. Eventually, somehow Penta ended up with it.
Right.
And somehow
he took it away from Dominic. So Rusev had Penta in the camel clutch, and you hear this ding, 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 ding. I'm like, what?
And Rusev thought he won. Yeah,
Rusev thought he won. He's like, I won. I'm the Intercontinental Champion.
It's Dominic bringing the bell to force him to release, which it worked because Rusev released as soon as he heard the bell. So
because he didn't want him to get pinned because it was a triple threat match, and again, no DQ, lazy booking. So Dominic, here we go again, with the triple threats.
Penta grabbed it from Dominic. He had to hit Dominic with it, but of course he nailed Rusev with it. And Dominic threw him into the posted Penta. He's gone, and then he hit his frog splash finish for the 1-2-3 and retained. So. Yeah, that was the finish, and Rusev eating a pin here. Basically, I don't know what they're doing with Rusev. Is he any of the long-term plans, or is he's just there until his contract is up?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do with him because I don't think he knows what they're going to do with him at this point. At this point, I think it's up in the air for Rusev anyway. I don't know if they're going to give him a belt. I don't know if they're going to just have him stick with luchas. Does anybody know what anybody's doing at this point?
No, there's clearly a plan for Penta to continue feuding with Dominic and eventually end up with one of his belts, either be Intercontinental or the Mega Championship. But that feud is going to continue. I don't know why Rusev is thrown in here, kind of just because I want Intercontinental belt, and that's the only reason why he's there. Pretty much, it's not like he's actually him being part of this feud makes sense, but. I don't think it makes sense, but all right, he got beat again, so
and he ate the pin, so and that makes it worse. Can anyone take him seriously after all this? Eating the pin, being with the luchas, and Penta's just go away, Penta, go away.
We'll be seeing a lot more of him unfortunately, because Triple H is gonna shove him up in the card pretty soon.
Yeah.
So unless they stick him with his brother Ray Phoenix and making the Lucha Brothers again, put him in the tag team division eventually. But
See, that I can believe though, because that lucha is kind of hurting anyway. There's not a lot of luchas that are, I would say, are over, right?
but for now, Triple H is intent on pushing Penta as a singles, and Ray Phoenix is kind of this like just floundering away on SmackDown. Not doing much. So
Well, he was in a couple of tag matches with somebody. I can't remember now who.
well, he was supposed to become tag team champions with Andrade, but Andrade disappeared on him. We
Right,
talked about that
Andrade.
last
Right,
week.
right.
He's
Yeah.
supposed to win the tag team titles at Clash in Paris, but Andrade disappeared, and then he gets fired, and then
Ooh.
now he has a year non-compete now, according to TKO. It's like what the fuck. So that's drama there for another day.
Uh-huh.
All right. So before the main event, we had this whole video package of John Cena talking about his final opponent and how he's going to retire and what he's had a great career, blah blah. Eventually, we get to the announcement that by the way, starting tomorrow night on Raw, there's going to be a tournament to decide who's going to win and become my final opponent from Raw, SmackDown, NXT, AAA, and somewhere else. He said so. They'll all be competing in a tournament to decide my final opponent. December 12th? Next month at Saturday Night's Main Event, Washington, D.C. December 13th, actually. So that's what they're going to do. And I'm like, really? A tournament?
Yeah, I know. Because then I saw on X Bailey's like, can women join? Can women join that tournament? I went, I don't think John Cena would want to face a woman. No, just call me crazy, but I'm pretty sure that it should be Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar came out and made John Cena look like a bitch. Like literally, he had kids crying.
Mm-hmm.
So your last opponent should be Brock Lesnar, who literally made a bitch of you. I don't get it. I don't understand.
I don't know how many.
So you're gonna face some nobody NXT person who nobody gives a fuck about, and nobody knows who they are.
So it's gonna be allegedly. It's gonna be from Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and AAA. It's gonna be in the
that's
tournament.
what I mean. Like someone, you're gonna Joe Schmo from NXT, and you've never heard of him. You never heard a fucking thing about him. But they're gonna try to push him. The only thing that I could see that they do on NXT, and I don't even think they're going to push him, is Alexis King. Is he still on there?
Yeah, he's still there. He's just
okay. Well, that would make sense because you're taking Brian Pillman Jr. and you're pushing him into the WWE with John Cena. I don't think Brian Pillman died in '97 before John Cena even debuted. So.
Yeah, he wasn't even. I don't think Cena's gonna get into business until like the early 2000s.
Yeah.
He did do some. He was in WCW Power Plant briefly, right before WCW closed, and then that's when he ended up in WWE Developmental. But shortly after that, but that's how old Cena is, by the way. He's in the Power Plant briefly in WCW Power Plant.
Wow.
So he appeared in that movie Ready to Rumble. Cena. He had like a tiny little cameo. He was lifting weights in that one of those scenes. So
Ready to Rumble, is that the one with David Arquette?
Yeah, that's the one with David Arquette, the shitty WCW
but Kurt
movie.
Hennings did too. Kurt had a little cameo where he was,
Yeah, he was there too. Yeah, but I just, people remember Cena's appearance because holy shit, before Cena became a big star, blah blah blah. So it's like, all right, so that's what they decided to do with this final match. I don't know how much influence Cena had in this. I mean, I would assume that he would have more influence. He probably approved this. Yeah, let's do a tournament for my final opponent instead of having that planned out a year in advance. Instead of having that planned out. He's never going to
face Brock Lesnar again, and he needs revenge after literally Lesnar made a bitch of him.
We're not going to see Lesnar again until the Royal Rumble next year, probably.
But we won't see Cena anymore.
So then we get to our main event of the evening, which was for the vacant world title. We had CM Punk defeating Jey Uso by pinfall in 21 minutes.
And then before, okay, all right, I will admit, I will eat a little crow here. I thought, because honestly, they gave me no choice. You could not convince me that Seth Rollins was hurt, okay? I was like, they did this shit before, and look what happened. Punk was champ for 5 minutes. now I honestly believe that he was not hurt and he would be out to fuck over Punk. I thought Jey Uso was going to take it because literally that's, fool me once, shame on me, fool me once, shame on you, me. Okay. Fool me
Fool
once,
me
shame
once,
on
shame on you. Fool me
you,
twice,
fool
shame
me,
on
shame on
me.
me. There you go.
Yeah, you
Something
sound like
like that.
You sound like George W. Bush when he
No, you
butchered
can't
it.
get fooled again. No,
Yeah, yeah.
I ain't that dumb.
you can't get fooled again.
You can't get
I
fooled
gotta
again.
get that on my soundboard. That's hilarious. But yeah, so let's see. Yeah, so the match itself was good. It's Jey Uso, and quite frankly, Jey Uso is not good. So it's like it's as good as what it could be.
It was
I
good as
mean,
Jey Uso can be.
yeah, because it's Jey Uso, and he's kind of like the shits, for lack of a better word.
And that's why I was kind of like, well, if Punk, if Rollins does not come out, then yes, Punk will win this. But I was convinced that Seth Rollins was coming out and he was going to screw Punk again. You couldn't convince me. I was like, no, Rollins is coming out. He's going to screw Punk again because Rollins said it. Rollins said, as long as there is breath in my body, you will not be champion, Punk. So forgive
This
me.
is this is interesting on Jey Uso. I wanted to show this real quick because before we get to the actual match, I think Saturday night's main event has to call for Jey Uso. He has a check mark, so I assume he's somebody. But he makes a good point though. They strapped the rocket on him to start, and he fumbled. He didn't work on his conditioning. His in ring work is still sloppy, and he's gotten complacent. He went from 100 to 0. Just either shape up or ship out.
Yep.
And this ain't either. People in WWE have said this themselves. Triple H questioned his conditioning and complacency. They noticed his sloppy ring work. Many noticed he wasn't anything to get better in the ring and was regressing instead. This is the actual video from the show, but from that show they did on Netflix. I'm not going to play that for obvious, but I just wanted to show that, because WWE knows that this is Jey Uso. He has a. But the question is, why did they strap a rocket to him? And they already knew this about him. They questioned his commitment, and they questioned his complacency, and he hasn't done anything to get better in the ring. In fact, he's gotten worse. And that's for. So I just don't know why. They're putting him in this spot. I think I know because he's over with the crowd.
Yeah.
That's it. And they have no choice but to go with it. But they know he's not good.
He's second generation. He should know better. And I'm not saying all second generations are the same. Kurt was an enigma. Bret Hart was an enigma onto themselves. Mm-hmm. But they knew the business. They grew up. They watched their dads. They knew exactly what to do. They knew how to get around. They knew how to do a promo off the top of their heads. All this stuff where you have to memorize lines now. Could you imagine Bret Hart trying to remember his lines? Bret, yeah. What do you say? You're not making any sense, Bret. Come on. Back to center. Back to center. Back to center. So what I'm saying is, and again, not all second generations I know were treated the same way. Look at Alexis King. It's been years and he's still in NXT. Braun Breaker, he was in, how long was Braun Breaker in? Like a year or so?
He was NXT champion within his first month, and he became champion. He was there like 10 months before he made the jump. Less than a year.
They don't treat all second generations the same. Alexis King's a few years and still in NXT. Braun Breaker comes in a month later, he's NXT champ, right? And now he's in WWE. Yeah. He could be champion. He could be WWE champion, going against Punk and stuff. So I mean,
now
they don't treat all second generations the same.
I have a suspicion that CM Punk is dropping that belt to Braun at WrestleMania next year. So he gets a good run with it, then he drops it to Braun at WrestleMania, makes him a big star, and they go with Braun as the world champion. Yeah. So that's what I think ended up happening. But Braun Breaker won the Royal Rumble, and for that to happen. So we'll see what happens there. But the match itself was okay.
It was like 6 months, and then all of a sudden he was Intercontinental champion. I mean, the guy can go. He is a total beast. I love him dearly. I hated his father, but I love him dearly.
As soon as he got up to the main roster, all we heard was everybody saying he's going to be WrestleMania main eventer. He's going to be a world champ. WrestleMania main eventer, world champ. And now, even now, they're doubling down on that. He's like, he's gonna be the next guy when Cena's gone. He's it. It's him. It's him. It's him. You know, they're trying to really shove him down our throats. Like, he's the next guy for the next 20 years. He's the next guy. You know, he's the
I don't
next.
know if they're shoving us down and shoving him down our throats. I mean, he's a great guy, a really awesome guy. If you've ever heard him, like, he is very humble in, you know, shoot interviews. Oh,
That's why.
Really, really
that's
humble.
why they
kind of like Karrion Kross.
yeah, that's why they're going all in on him, because he's not an egomaniac already, you know. So they're
right. He's not like Goldberg.
He's not
He's
like
still
they're
bitching about shit.
Yeah, it's not like the fame is not getting to his head. I mean,
Right.
because
He's very
that's how
humble.
WWE they test young guys to see how they react.
Yep.
And you know, they gave him a big push, and he loses a little bit here and there just to test him.
Like,
and
to Sami Zayn, and then he kind of come out all like, okay, yeah, you win. Okay, Sammy.
He lost the Intercontinental to Sami Zayn. Yeah, that was. I didn't like that. It was more like, really. I mean, but I guess they were testing him and see how he reacts to losing, and you know, he seemed to pass the test with flying colors, because they already when he traded Seth Rollins, the first thing they did, it was him the next round with the world title, like training the audience, like.
And everyone was shocked, though. Everyone was like, I can't believe he's still here walking around.
He's walking around with the world title, even though he's not champion. But like, it's subtly training the audience to say, okay, he's gonna be the guy. It's like subtle, you know. It's not like directly saying, you know, like they did before. But yeah, he's walking around with the world title.
Outdo his father, kind of like how Kurt and Bret did their fathers. You know, I know Bret Hart, he did stuff that Stu could never have dreamed about. Same with Kurt. You know, Larry the Axe, you know, he was never really WWE champion, but I mean, everybody knows who Kurt Hennig is, or Mr. Perfect is, right? Even if he never won a belt, he still overshot his father by many millennia and becoming a household name, you know.
He became Intercontinental. He was a big part of the NWO in the early days.
Oh, my God, yeah.
Yeah, so that's why, another reason why, you know, he's a household name. But yeah, I mean, Jay is just brutal. He's brutal in the ring. It's like, it's been nearly a year. Triple H told him right before Royal Rumble last year he was going to win, and, you know, we need you to step up. You're going to be a part of this company, blah, blah. Jay hasn't stepped up. He's brutal. I mean, he's like the same Jey Uso he's always been. It's like, I don't understand. I mean, you get this opportunity. I thought I wouldn't have given the opportunity, but again, you'll be forced into it.
Well, if you didn't, honestly, if they didn't have given him that thing, you might as well have shipped him back to Samoa. Or what they say, California.
They had no choice. They had no choice with the belts on him.
Yeah.
At WrestleMania. So. Yeah.
But then they took it off of him, and at first they wouldn't even say Gunther's name. And then, he lost to Gunther at WrestleMania. And it's like, okay, so now you can say Gunther's name? What the fuck? What? Why couldn't you say it the first time? It's Gunther. I mean, yeah, he's out because he got hurt. Legit hurt.
I still think that Gunther is going to be Cena's final opponent. He'll come back at this tournament, he'll win, and then he'll be Cena's final opponent. And then he'll beat Cena, and Cena will retire, you know, on his back. So yeah, then Gunther can brag and say, "I retired Bill Goldberg and I retired John Cena." You know, and that'll push him to the stratosphere, and it'll justify him working with Cody for the title.
Could be.
Yeah, because
maybe they're elevating, you know, Gunther to Cody.
Yeah,
that could happen.
Yeah, that's what I would do. I mean, he just beat Cena, and then it'll justify him going with Cody possibly at WrestleMania next year. Because I don't know what the WrestleMania plans are, so it's like maybe they're thinking something completely different. But
do you think that Gunther has outgrown the Raw belt? Maybe he's more now for SmackDown.
Oh yeah, no doubt. I mean, especially if Braun Breaker is going to go for the world title. I mean, if he's not in those plans, he should be going to SmackDown and feuding with Cody. Because Cody doesn't have anybody to work with really. Heading into WrestleMania, it's not that obvious guy. Yeah, he's gonna be McIntyre again next month, or this month at War Games. I mean,
probably
unless he ends up in the War Games match. somehow.
Yeah,
with the
him
baby faces.
against like him and oh boys, probably Sami Zayn, probably I don't know, Punk
So
maybe.
it'll probably end up being Solo's group, the MFTs, versus a bunch of baby faces. Cody, Sami Zayn, LA
And you see
Knight.
how they're dressed up, the MFTs. Like they got
Yeah,
this panda paint
they
on. It's
got
like
the
what the
paint
fuck?
on. They get it, I'm not sure it's supposed to be scary, but it
No,
comes
or
across
yeah, am
more
I
as
supposed to be
silly.
scared or like
It comes
oh he's
across
so
as more like
cute?
silly because it's like they look like
Like
clowns a little
fuck.
bit. So it
Yeah, I
probably
don't know whether to laugh or cry.
probably ends up being Solo's MFTs versus the baby faces, either Cody Rhodes, Sami Zayn, CM Punk. Can't think of two more baby faces on Smack. LA Knight probably be thrown in there and somebody else. 5 on
Maybe Jay
5. But
Uso.
yeah,
Maybe not
maybe.
Sami Zayn, but maybe like Jay Uso or Jimmy Uso. So Jay and Jimmy
Or
Uso and like maybe Roman Reigns, maybe. Or is Roman Reigns
it,
out?
I think I'm not sure Roman's scheduled for War Games this month. He might be. I mean, because I know he's a part timer, but it's a big pay per view Survivor Series, so I'm assuming he would show up. Unless he's wrestling Braun Breaker 1-on-1, which is the match that everybody wants to see right now. But
Yeah, because like if it wasn't for him, he would have beaten Bronson Reed.
yeah. So I think he's still feuding with the Vision, Paul Heyman's guys, but without Seth Rollins there, because I assume next year's WrestleMania is supposed to be Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins, but Seth is hurt, and there's no timetable on his return. He might miss WrestleMania next year, so
Oh,
that put
tear.
that put Roman Reigns in now. Who the hell is going to work with? It'll probably have to be the Vision. He'll continue feuding with them, but and the obvious opponent is Braun Breaker, but we'll see what happens there. But Jey Uso's brutal. I mean, it's like I
Yeah.
don't know what else to say. I mean, the best thing for him is probably putting him back in the tag team with his brother because
And everyone's
uh,
already sick of that, you know. Not
yeah.
that I don't
So,
like Jimmy. I think Jimmy's better than Jay, no offense.
mm-hmm.
And they haven't been doing anything with Jimmy.
Now Jimmy has been he basically is eating the pins for his brother. That's what he's been doing. He's been losing and because
And
when
questioning his brother, you know,
yeah
oh, well, you're becoming little Roman or whatever, you
yeah
know, because last night he speared Punk right through that barricade like Roman Reigns would do. And all I kept thinking was, damn, stop doing what Roman Reigns would do.
yeah
Be
he's
Jey Uso.
yeah, the story they're telling is Jey Uso's turning into Roman Reigns, and all he cares about the title, and all he cares about is that, but he doesn't care about family. He just cares about his title, kind of like Roman Reigns did during the original Bloodline run, that he had, like 3.5 year title run that he had. So it's like, yeah, so they're trying to elevate Jey Uso, but I mean, he's just basically a catchphrase and an entrance. That's like really what he is.
Right.
And the matches itself are just it's just just hope he doesn't fuck up too badly. That's really what it is.
Right. And you're going to get the bet. Only the somewhat best. I mean, you're only going to get so much out of Jey Uso. I mean, you could see it with
Yeah.
Punk. Punk was kind of like, trying to do stuff. And then it seemed kind of like off, like the whole match kind of seemed off.
No, it wasn't. Yeah. And I did you as a part of the match, CM Punk did one of the worst spears I've ever seen, and I don't know whether that was his fault or Jey Uso fucked it up, but it was a horrible looking spear that CM Punk did. Like,
well, and it almost like they were trying to do each other's moves.
Yeah.
He was trying to do a go to sleep.
Yeah, Jey Uso did do a go to sleep at one point.
Yeah.
And then CM Punk tried to do a spear, and it just looked like shit. And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, it's like
guys,
that?
don't do each other's finishes. You kick out of everything anyway. So doing that is just absolutely fucking pointless at this point.
I don't know whose fault that was, but
yeah,
that was not good. Whoever came, and CM Punk kind of like shook his head, like, what was that? And then he kept
like
doing
what?
the match.
Yeah,
but,
seriously. What I'd like to talk about is this time when Punk. See, we were all excited when Punk won it at SummerSlam because we were like, "Oh my!" Or not SummerSlam. When was it SummerSlam?
SummerSlam, yeah.
Okay.
When he beat Gunther for the title.
So we were all happy. Everyone, oh my God, I can't believe it. He's actually done it again. And now this just kind of fell flat. It's like, but then we had the Seth Rollins where he was, champ for 5 minutes and Seth Rollins had to go and ruin it. So I feel like the air was definitely let out of this match. Like it was like, ugh. Okay, great, he's champ.
Would have been better if it was Seth Rollins versus CM Punk, and then CM Punk beat Rollins. That would have been a better match, and it probably would have gotten a better pop because CM Punk would have gotten revenge for Seth Rollins screwing him at on SummerSlam. So, but it ended up being Jay. Like really, like who was in that battle royal? Something but jobbers though, but jabronis. I mean, there were like three or four guys that were stars. So it was like. It was Jey Uso, LA Knight was in it.
Why can't they just let LA Knight win once? What the hell is he? If he's not a star, well, the fans made him a star, but he is a star. But every time he's in a match, like you said, he's gonna lose. I'm starting to feel bad for LA Knight. Yeah.
Yeah, so if LA Knight versus CM Punk would have happened instead, it probably would have been a better match, but LA Knight would have lost anyways. So because Punk was always gonna get that belt, so.
But at least you would have had that marquee. This almost felt like a pay-per-view. So treat it like one. Give us something that we'll cheer for and remember.
They were all championship matches, so they really did a good job with this event. It felt like a pay-per-view, even though it was a Saturday night's main event. So
and no Jesse Ventura. Shame on you, WWE. I mean, Jesse Ventura made Saturday night's main event.
And I suspected it. I think we talked about it before he wrapped up on Friday. It's like, and I'm like, they're not going to use Jesse on this because they already reduced his role massively in the last one. He just appeared once in the beginning, and then that was it. We didn't do any commentary in the last one, so I got the feeling that he was not going to be there at all, and that's exactly what ended up happening. He wasn't there at all. So
I was ashamed. I'm like, my God, where is Jesse Ventura? Again, I get this ain't the 80s and the 90s, but still, I mean, he is the face of Saturday Night's Main Event. He killed it with Vince McMahon. Again, I know none of them are around anymore, but I mean, give us the benefit of the doubt and put Jesse back on. I'm sure he didn't mean, if he's going to sit there and make fun of it, that's what Jesse does. That is what makes him a heel.
Yeah. So just anybody else but Jey Uso would have been a way better match, and it would have been more fun.
I would have liked to see LA Knight versus Punk. I think that would have been a hell of a match. You could have literally broadcasted that all around. You could have had the promos up to a 10, right? You could have them, jacking and jawing and, getting the promos on each other. And you could have really hyped that up. Hell, you could have even put that on ESPN Plus, Peacock and ESPN.
Jay, that last promo leading into the match on Monday Night Raw was like, it's like Jey Uso has a stick up his ass. I mean, he's so wound up tight. It's like he said very little, and it was like, what are they trying to do with him? Is he trying to be Roman Reigns? That's my guess. He they're trying to make him into Roman Reigns, what he would do, but it doesn't work for him. He's
not Roman Reigns. He's Jey Uso. You either make him, find himself and get a gimmick, or you just tell him to be like Roman, I guess. This isn't working.
He's so wound tight. He has a stick up his ass. Seems like, he doesn't really say much now, and he's just trying to be Roman Reigns, but he doesn't have the look. He doesn't have the win ring work. He doesn't have anything that makes Roman Reigns Roman Reigns. He hasn't found himself yet. And unfortunately, he got the main event push way, 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 way too late. He's he's our age. He's 40 pretty much.
Yeah.
And at this point, he's not getting any better. This is what Jey Uso is in the ring. Now, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. So, again, it's like, either if you're going to complain about his in-ring work and his cardio is bad, which is true because he's been a tag team wrestler for nearly 20 years. He doesn't need to use a bunch of cardio because when he's tired, he tags his brother in and, he can stand there and, catch his breath again. So,
right.
You're being a singles guy, being a top guy, you're nobody to tag. You got to be in there 20, 30 minutes. And good luck with that with Jey Uso. He's not going to make it. He's gonna be
I mean,
sucking
that's
so much.
why, right? And you're right. There is no. It's kind of like it's a flop. So
Yeah.
you get LA Knight in there, he is a singles. He's been there singles. He's gotten himself over with the crowd. The thing is, I also think the thing is that they're trying to push these babyface versus babyface matches way too hard. They're trying to shove it down our throats. Make somebody a heel, make somebody a babyface. LA Knight probably wouldn't make sense for him to turn heel, but it would make more sense than turning Jey Uso heel. Because everyone loves, the yeet, 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 and they do that all the time. But turning Punk right now, not a good idea. Literally, the fans are singing his song to him.
It's not gonna
he's
happen.
just standing there going, "Oh my God, they're singing my song."
No, that's not gonna happen. Jay shouldn't turn heel either.
He said, I don't want to turn heel right now because I have such momentum as a babyface.
But he's
Though
a great
the
heel.
Punk is something to behold, I was told.
He's a great heel. I mean, you go back to his original run in WWE like 10 or 15 years ago. He's a great heel. He could use this straight edge gimmick and turn heel on you and saying, "Hey, I'm not a drug addict like you people. I'm not a drunk like you people." He can turn that straight edge thing and just turn heel with it, very easily. He's great at it.
But now, it just wouldn't make any sense.
There's no reason to turn him heel right now. I mean,
everybody wanted Punk to be the champ, and they were waiting to see if Rollins was really hurt or not. That's still a up in the air kind of thing because again, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. So I mean, and you can't get. I'm kidding. I'm joking. No. So they did a number on the whole psyche of. Well, is Rollins really hurt? Is he going to come back and screw Punk? Because this was going around on X. People were like, "Oh, Jey Uso is going to win the belt because Rollins is going to come back and screw him."
Yeah,
that's why I was like, I don't believe Seth Rollins is hurt. That's why I need to see proof that he's hurt. But I can see even if it may be a little early for this, but then it was a little early for when Braun Breaker speared Seth Rollins and took over the Vision.
Yeah.
But it may have been a little too early, but wouldn't have it killed him if they had let Braun Breaker win that top man? Do you know how many great matches he could have, with CM Punk? They would be phenomenal because you have a great heel in Braun Breaker.
Yeah, but they don't want to beat Braun Breaker right now. That's the only reason why they didn't do it. They don't want to beat Braun Breaker.
I understand that point. But I mean, if Punk had been champion already and Seth Rollins hadn't screwed him, and let's say Seth got hurt before SummerSlam and couldn't make SummerSlam. Yeah. So if he actually was hurt for real and not pretend, so if he was actually hurt and actually had to have surgery, wouldn't it have been so awesome? Punk wins the belt. Now he's champion. He doesn't lose the belt. Now we're like, oh, well, have, Braun Breaker turn on Seth Rollins. And then, that would have happened before SummerSlam. And now you have the Braun Breaker. And I mean, because he's a great heel. He can talk. He can wrestle. He can do it all. And he's only been in there for what, 7, 8, 10 months, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. Time flies so fast for Braun. And for me, I'm like, well, what day was it? What day is it?
Yeah, so he's gonna be the champion. It's just that they don't want to beat him in Saturday Night's Main Event. It's the same reason
I just didn't want to see Jey Uso because I was sick of seeing Jey Uso. I love you, Jey, but no, just stop.
I've been trying to think who could have won that battle royal. Which would other LA Knight, obviously, but I don't want to see him get beat again. So. Everybody else in that battle royal were jabronis, just guys that just happened to be
beat
backstage.
Anyway, I mean, he got thrown out of that battle royal, and I still felt bad for him. Poor LA Knight. But from now on, I want to turn LA Knight heel. Would that be such a hard thing? Would that be a good idea? See, that's my question. I'm sick of these baby faces versus baby faces match.
He's kind of floundering he's over as a baby face, but WWE is not using him. I mean, as as an effective baby face. So,
right, like Jade Cargill. Okay, now it's time to turn LA Knight heel.
Flip him.
Turn him heel against Punk, and now him and Punk for the next couple of months are going to have some great matches. be on the lookout for these matches. And even though he's a heel, we're still going to love him. I mean, look what they did with Seth Rollins. They were still singing Seth Rollins' song. Even though they hated Seth Rollins, they were still singing his song. We're still going to go L.A. Knight. Yeah, we're still going to do that. But, I mean, he's going to be a heel. He's going to do heel promos. And we're going to see some really great matches between him and Punk from now on. That's what I want to see. But I don't know what WWE is going to do. I'm not Triple H.
At this point, it's just brutal. I mean, it's brutal for LA Knight. It's brutal to watch Jey Uso on top. I mean, and them trying to push him as a main eventer, as like his gimmick name, like main event Jey Uso. But it's like,
well, then show me you want to be main event Jey Uso. Get your, learn how to wrestle. If you have to go back to your dad's school, go back there. If you have to work on your cardio, work on your cardio. Do something. But main event Jey Uso is not where it's at. And you're never going to win a belt again, only unless it's like, oh, well,
this is another journalist here. Like, this was Jey Uso's performance since the Jimmy match. Oh, yeah, that match was brutal. WrestleMania 40. He looked more winded than usual. None of his moves stuck. He sold a neck breaker like a DDT and flopped to his stomach trying to hit a slam. If this isn't the end of his main event run, then God help us all. Yeah, God help us all for sure. If this is not the end of his main event run, I mean, because I remember this spot. I forgot about this spot. He sold a neck breaker like a DDT. It looked terrible. I was like, what the hell was that? Supposed to be a neck breaker or DDT? I mean, CM Punk set up like a neck breaker, and the next thing you know, he's selling it like a DDT. I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah, right. So yeah, I was he looked like a flopping fish. I don't know what to say about that. I mean, it's bad. He's not fully developed yet. I mean, he's still cookie dough that needs to be, cooked in the oven. He needs to rise. So I don't know if you got to go back to basics, if you got to go back to, into the gym and do more cardio. And I mean, you're getting blown up 3 minutes into the match. That's not good, especially if you're going to go 20 minutes, 30 minutes.
Yeah. This match was 20 minutes, but yeah, I mean, if he's going to go that long, like he needs, I don't know what they're going to do with him because he's still over like a main event guy, but he's not a main event guy. I mean, that's like the issue there. So I don't know what they're going to do with him.
I mean, at this point, it's either you turn him heel and maybe he has a good heel run. Maybe he'll prove us all wrong. You turn him heel, boom, he's in there. He's in the zone. He's, doing good now. Who knows? Maybe he just needs to change to heel. But do the fans want their favorite main event Jey Uso to turn heel? I don't know. This is all up to Jey Uso and Triple H. Mm-hmm. At this point, you need to do something because you're floundering like a flopping fish. I hate to be mean because I do like Jey Uso. I don't like his gimmick per se, and I don't like his wrestling. But I do like the 4 letters, 1 word. Yeet. I like that. That's kind of cool. It's like the LA Knight stuff. Kind of gross on you. You're like, all right, I get it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not working. I don't know.
Turn some, and Jim Cornette was saying this on his show. You got to turn one of the baby faces heel. You got to do it. It can't be Punk because they are still singing his praises. They're singing his song to him. The music is not on, and they're still singing his song.
It can't be.
So they love him.
Yeah. It can't be Jey Uso because he's still way too over as a babyface. Okay. So
then it has to be LA Knight.
It has to be LA Knight.
You can't keep doing these babyface versus babyfaces matches. Excuse me. So sorry. I don't know why we can. And Jim Cornette was saying, I don't understand, because all you have are the fans who don't like. They have their favorite and they don't like the other two, and now you just literally made their favorite person lose for no fucking reason. Yeah. It makes no sense. You have a babyface and you have a heel, not this babyface versus babyface matches. Because the other one, the one you want to win, is not always going to win. Now you hate the other two, or you're going to start hating and resenting the one you like.
Yeah, so they need to turn somebody heel. It's gonna because right now on with Cody at least, he consistently works with wrestlers that are established heels.
Right.
I'm trying to think if he worked babyface. He might have him and Cena. Cena at SummerSlam was babyface. But other than that, I mean, he's always worked with established heels throughout both title runs so far. So it's like he's working with he's doing the babyface match, which that's why I think Cody's smarter because he knows, let me not get into that bullshit, that babyface bullshit.
No, you're right. Because I was thinking Kevin Owens, but then they had just turned Kevin Owens. The only babyface versus babyface they had with Cody was at King of the Ring against the Viper. It was Randy Orton.
That's what the King of the Ring match. Yeah, when he won King of the Ring. Yeah,
and they ended up, being still friends anyway. My question is, what are they going to do with Randy Orton? Are they going to turn him against Cody eventually? Or what are they going to do? I mean, he's just kind of waiting in the wings for something to happen with him. I liked Randy Orton when he first came in. I thought he was kind of cool and stuff. But I can't get into the Viper. I'm sorry. I can't get into Randy Orton.
Yeah, so the problem is you can't really turn him heel over. You can't turn him heel either because
everybody sings his song as well. Yeah, everyone loves his song.
You flip him heel and nobody's
right. Especially with him and what was that guy's name? What was the country guy's name? Shit.
I don't know.
No, it wasn't shit. Oh God, what was that guy's name?
Jelly Bean or Jelly Roll.
Jelly Roll, yeah. So, and it reminds me of the TNA because I mean, apparently Toby Keith was also on WCW. I didn't know that. Or I'd be like, oh my God, it's Toby Keith because I was a big country fan and I still kind of am. I love Toby Keith when he first came in. So a lot of Toby Keith songs, I love and adore. But he was also on TNA because I didn't know this, but he was very, very good friends with Jeff Jarrett. And so he came to Jeff Jarrett one day and said, I want to be on TNA Wrestling. And so Jeff Jarrett said, yeah, of course, we'll get you in a storyline. And of course, we saw Toby Keith on. It was no different than that. Although what I would call Jelly Roll country, that's not country. It's like country rock and pop. It's more pop than country.
Yeah. So you wanted, I think you wanted to talk about AEW and their ticket prices, but I don't know whether you want to bring. It's like 3 minutes before 8, so.
I mean, I can talk real fast. So yeah, I wanted to talk. And I talked about this on the end of Angel in the Afternoon. My dad and I were sitting in the car. We always I come home and I grab my dad and we go.
Yeah.
Excuse me, in my car, and we wait for my son to get off the bus in the afternoons. And this particular day, I was listening to Jim Cornette, and they were talking again about the whole, Vince McMahon, poo, you let poor people in the building. When I saw wrestling in 2002, we had 5 people, and it was, close to $200.
Yeah.
Okay, $200 for like 5 or 6 people, and that wasn't even good seats. I was sitting there, and my dad said, "Well, how much is a front row ticket to WWE Raw or whatever?" And I looked it up, and I couldn't even get Hershey because they didn't have any front row tickets for Hershey. So get your tickets while you can, I guess. I mean, if you can afford it. So I looked it up for New York, and it was $352 per ticket just to go see WWE Raw. I'm like, who the fuck's got $300-$400 to go?
That might be. That's the Madison Square Garden Raw. That's taking place, I think, next week. Yeah, in New York City.
Okay, well,
that's the Madison Square Garden.
We just needed something, just anything at this point. Yeah. It was row 4. It wasn't even the first row. It was row 4. Okay, and we're like, who the fuck has $400 to drop on WWE? That doesn't even include the The food when you get there
No.
doesn't include
No
none of the
alcohol,
T-shirts, and that's what Jim
T-shirt.
Cornette was talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, back in the 90s, it
Like
used to be what, $100-$200,
Yeah,
maybe for
TKO doesn't. TKO assumes that you have to turn a profit on the tickets itself, which you don't. You honestly don't. Vince
because you
almost
push
never
more
turned
people
a
out.
profit. You never turn the profit on ticket sales itself. The profit came in when you buy the merch, when you buy the food, when you buy the concessions, when you buy. That's where the profit came in. How a show turned a profit, even though the ticket sales themselves didn't turn a profit. You probably lost a little bit of money in the tickets, but
Right.
doesn't matter because you're gonna make that up in the merch sales. So that's
Right.
why
And now
you get
what
people in the
they said,
building.
I think Brian Last was like, well, the T-shirts are at least 30, $40, $50 for a shirt.
35
Yeah, $35 for a shirt. No, I'm sorry,
on the
Keegan.
website is 35.
Is it 35? Well, it may
What?
be like more than that. I mean, it doesn't include, like I said, doesn't include the food that you have to buy for the family. Now you're talking 4 people times 352. That's a lot of money. That's
Yeah, if you're
that's
gonna
a
go
couple
four people, yeah.
$1,000 right there. And then again, it doesn't include the food that you have to buy, the shirts you want to buy. It doesn't include any of that shit. I have to go. I'll be right back. I have to go say goodnight to
Blue
my
Jays
son.
lose.
Sorry, I have to go say goodnight to my son.
Okay. Yeah,
Wow,
so
that game last night. I mean, holy shit.
yeah, it was
Vladdy, how does it feel that the Blue Jays lose this time?
the champion. The Blue Jays had every opportunity to win.
Yeah.
If I remember correct, I'm watching the game and it's like they've blown so many chances to win this game, and hell, they should have won the series before Game 7. But I mean, they blew that too. So it was like,
Well, the Dodgers are the new dynasty now.
yeah, they're the new dynasty, and because the Giants from the 2010s were dynasty too. They won 3 out of 5, so
And of
you got to
course, the
credit
Yankees
for
back
that.
then as well.
Yeah, but there hasn't been like a back-to-back champion since the Yankees dynasties of the 90s, so in late and early 2000s. So congrats to the Dodgers, man. I mean, you guys. They ran it last year. They ran into the Yankees team, which basically handed him the World Series in 5 games. I mean, it was.
Well, that also makes me feel much better about how the Yankees lost last year. Because the Blue Jays was much more heartbreaking.
Oh yeah, that was much more heartbreaking. They had they were close and they just brutally
Because
lost in brutal
Dodgers were
fashion.
clearly the better team last year, but this year, Blue Jays could have won.
Yeah. She lost him. I mean, the Blue Jays lost in brutal fashion. I mean, it was like, oh, I mean, they had runners on too, ready to, and who grounded double play? I forget who, but somebody grounded double play and
Alejandro Kirk, who had the game.
Okay, that's who it was. Yeah.
Double play.
And I understand it's Yamamoto, and he's like one of the best pitchers in the game. So
I think he's the best pitcher now. I really think so. Because when he's had to come and pitch in key situations, he's done it. So he did it last year, and now he's done it this year. So
I was during the World Series last year. I was like, Game 7 definitely going to Yamamoto. But we got to win. We can win 5 and 6. Nope, fuck, they didn't even win 5. So it's like we don't have to worry about Yamamoto. But yeah. So it was a great series. Which was that? Not yet. Okay, well, it was a great series, and I don't know. We got to do an off-season stream before the winter meetings, because since the World Series is over. But I'm gonna see. Wait, let me check my calendar. Next Sunday is the 9th. Winter meetings are in December, so we could either do it the 9th or the 16th on Sunday.
Yeah, I mean we could do it next Sunday.
Yeah, I gotta talk to Dave and see when he can do it. I'd like him to come on too. So it could be either next week or the 16th.
But
even the 23rd.
Have a big off season. They need a big off season.
Yeah, because they can't run out the same team they ran out this year. I mean, they just can't do it. I mean, I would bring back Cody Bellinger and again, I'm concerned about Cody Bellinger turning into DJ LeMahieu towards the end of his
Well, what
contract,
about
like
Kyle
DJ did.
Tucker? Would you rather have him instead?
He had a good year, but is he really worth $400 million? I mean, that's
Well,
kind of my.
I mean that could be true, yeah. But I think
Yeah,
he's younger than Bellinger.
he is
So.
younger than Bellinger, but is he worth $400 million over 10 years when he's like 28 or 29?
Yeah.
I don't know. And I mean, Bellinger is older, but if he wants a 7-year deal, it's like at 30, what, 31, 32, is like, I wouldn't do it. I mean, he's a good player, but you have Spencer Jones in the minors. You have Jason Dominguez still hanging around.
Yeah.
By the way, Jason Dominguez had one at bat in the playoffs, and he immediately doubles. It was like, where was he throughout the playoffs? Like, why now? Why right before you get eliminated, give him an at bat? Like, doesn't make any sense.
Oh, maybe
And now,
maybe the Yankees will get Bo Bichette and let Anthony Volpe walk away.
the Yankees are in love. They're in love with Anthony Volpe. No matter how brutal he is at defense or on at the plate, he's still going to be there next year. I get the feeling.
Well, you
He's
never know.
especially
You never know.
he's especially brutal in the playoffs. He was 0 for 15 with 11 strikeouts, something like that. I mean,
Well,
it's
in
like
the division series, he
yeah,
was
he's
good
brutal in the
conference
division series.
but not the division series.
No, he's brutal in the division series. So yeah, it's like I wouldn't. We got plenty to talk about, but I wouldn't bring back. I mean, I would try to bring back Bellinger, but if he's not, then it might be better just to see what Spencer Jones has and what Jason Dominguez has as a full-time outfielder. So I know maybe you might say, well, you're being cheap, but it's like at the same time, it's like,
You
nope.
cheap bastard.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that spot. Real quick, did you see that part of the match where CM Punk grabbed the bottle of water and threw it on Jey Uso? Like he was so gassed that he needed water. You
Yeah,
remember that
I
part?
saw that. Yeah,
I forgot about that. It's like, oh my god.
Well, I saw a
'Cause
clip that CM Punk was going to, I think, the neck breaker, and Jey Uso watched it, and then CM Punk kicked him in the head. It's like, what are you doing? You messed it up.
Yeah, he sold it like a DDT. It's supposed to be a neck breaker. So it's like, and then this part of the match where he fucking threw water on him. I'm looking at it now. That's why
yeah,
it
because he
reminded me.
did the go to sleep and knock Jay out, but it knocked Jay out of the ring. So, and then he just kind of laying there like this.
Remember when you used to hate CM Punk?
Me?
Yeah. No,
I
me.
CM
This
Punk?
is a year ago.
Oh.
This is, I mean, it's an AEW still, but yeah, I mean, it was, that
he's
part.
grown on everybody, so give Punk his due. He's grown on everybody.
Yeah, so he threw water on. Jey Uso was so gassed that he threw water on him. Like, hey, look, wake up, man! Come on, you got to finish this match. We got 10 minutes left. So, yeah, so we can go to
But he sold it like, oh, I'm just, I'm just waking him up because the announcers were saying that. Oh, well, he knocked him out with the GTS and it knocked him out of the ring, so we had to wake him up to get him back in the ring.
Yeah.
That's how they sold it.
All right, so the clip we're watching is the Survivor Series match. Team Austin versus Team Bischoff.
Okay, hopefully,
Steph, I think you remember telling me that in that match, if Team Austin wins, then Austin, can't attack unless physically provoked rule, it'd be gone. But if he lost, then he would have to.
Unless they touched him first, like
yeah. But if he lost, then he would be gone as coach again. So
yeah.
For that, but you just start as Shawn Michaels and Randy